Once it denies incarnation is needed by God. The other one said anyone who believes incarnation is ignorant. But this one says God never needs incarnation, right? And look at the last part. What is the ultimate goal, I said, is of every Hindu? To get moksha, to get nirvana, right? To get mukti. Because by mukti, your soul, according to them, Atma, unites with Paramatma, with the biggest soul, right? That's the last goal of any Hindu, right? And what does it say? How you get moksha? I can tell them, no, that's not how you get moksha. Moksha is this. It says, if you want to get moksha, get nirvana or mukti, then what do? The soul which is able to realize the one and only one Ishwar achieves moksha. Who's saying that? Their book says that. Imagine that's so clear, right? Tell them you want nirvana? Okay, this is the formula for nirvana and moksha. Here it is. Get it. Worship one and only one. You get subhanallah. So that's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, I revealed this before. People have modified, tampered and everything. But you know what? He can't hide it. It's there. That's why these verses, for me, when I give dawah to Hindus, are easier to deal with than those prophecies about Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in the scriptures, because they can mistranslate and everything, right? But this, it's as is. It will be translated. It cannot be translated any other way. So it's very clear. Yes.
But Arya Samaj is playing with this, right? Monotheism. Arya Samaj.
Arya Samajis believe monotheism, but they have their own. They don't believe Islam is the right religion, though. Yeah, they believe Arya Samajis like Swami Vivekananda. He said yes, what do you call it? It says he believed monotheistic, but Veda is monotheistic, right? But he didn't want to cut off people from the temple. He said, better than temple, unite to God, get moksha, nirvana directly from God. You have to do that. But he was a hater of Islam, so he said no, but they're not right. Because he added all this philosophy that Muslims go to Kaaba because they have the stone, they worship the stone. They are polytheistic anyway. They try to act same like they are David Wood too. Like this, that's the thing, right? So
you could tell them about the debate.
Yes, alhamdulillah. We arranged a debate this Wednesday. We had a debate between a brother called Muhammad Hijab and Ali Dawah from UK. MashaAllah, they came here. They were here for 1 week, alhamdulillah. We were doing dawah with them almost every day. And we arranged a debate with them and David Wood. David Wood is a Christian apologetic, and he is like a very one of the worst guys you can imagine. Because he's very vehemently talks bad about Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He'll make videos, mockery videos and all. He's not one of those Christians who respectfully debate you, which is, that's not. I like that. Dialogue is always good. But he's one of those bad guys who lie on your face from the Quran. Is it true? He said there's a verse in the Quran. Well, I don't know right now, but I'll tell you later on. That's how big liar he is. But alhamdulillah, we had that debate, and it was very good debate. So I'm telling you, so people likes of him will say all that. They'll just come up with stories which have nothing to do with him. Yes. Moksha, actually, salvation. Yeah, that's a good translation the sister did. Moksha, mukti, nirvana. This is the ultimate goal of every human being. That's salvation, you can say. The Christians ask you, how do you get salvation? So that is salvation, you can say, moksha. So this one says moksha, nirvana. This is how you get it, right? So I'll move off this verse and then ask you and come back to this. This is the last one I had.
So one quick question.
Yes.
When you say this rule unite with God, what do you mean by the word unite?
Okay. Because they say the Atma came from God anyway. Their philosophy, they say Atma, there was only Brahma and then Paramatma was there. So from that Atma, all the souls were created, right? And then if you do good, then you become reach a level of purity or nirvana, your Atma becomes God. It go back to God again. You are celestial. You become Bhagwan and Devata, unite with your God. Because that's the ultimate goal of everyone. That's how Buddha became God. He united in nirvana. He achieved nirvana. That's why they can worship Buddha now, because his soul united with God. Because that's the philosophy, right? So our goal is, and if I am bad, I'll come back again as a human or a bad person, whatever. I'll keep doing that till I become good. Once I become good, you get nirvana. That's the end. That you achieved your goal in life. Because I think the extrapolation was done because like this, for example, this shloka from the book says, right? You get moksha. So now they said, yeah, moksha means unite. That's what this verse never said that. People misinterpret, right? That's what happens over time. It's like the standard problem, right? If I say something to you in your ears, it goes, but then I say it's the last person, it'll be a totally different game, right? Same thing, because they don't have any book. They have the book, nobody reads them. I say something, the guy listens to me, he says something to someone else, it can transfer to one guy, another guy, no book to verify, nothing to go back to. People come up with their own stories. That's how things change over time. That's how identity started after Nuh alayhi salam. So this now So let me, we'll do, okay. So now let's get some summary also, right? So what did we say? If somebody comes to you as a Hindu, how would you approach? Let me ask a few people, right? Let's do some sample. Who wants to, okay, I will not put you on the spot.
Give this as
Okay, good, inshallah, okay. So have some candies as a gift, right? So we'll take some test, not to verify, just for encouragement, right? Okay, whoever says it right gets the candy, okay? Inshallah, the girls don't get it. Okay, I'm big deal, my daughters, I'm joking. Okay, so yes, inshallah. So now, let's do this. So now let me ask, the first one is, let's make it hard, right? Okay, so is there any sect of Hinduism who's atheist?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What is the name? Give me an example.
Okay.
Okay. You should have led you. I shouldn't led you. Okay. Okay, good. Good. You don't get it. Okay. So now, second question. Which is let's get something from the back. From the back first, right? Anyone remembers what is the book that talks about Muhammad? The clear word Muhammad. In which book? Bhavishya Purana. Okay. So Asif, we need more chunkities now. Okay. Bhavishya Purana.
we got time.
Okay, good. Okay, that's one. And then, what is the verse that clearly talks about oneness of God? You have to tell me the book name, that's fine. Just tell me the verse, the shloka, what it says.
40.
Okay, she said what? 40?
Verse 40.
What is the wordings? Any part of the wording?
Rig Veda?
Rigveda says one and only one
There's no
Ishwar.
2, 3.
There's another one. There's no 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to what? 100? 10? But there's only?
1 and 1.
One and only one. Okay. Any other verse that talks about worship of one God? Do you remember any part of it? No, you? Anyone else?
Not 1, 2.
Yeah, worship, about worship.
Do not worship anything apart from the one God.
Exactly. Do not worship anyone except one and only one Ishwar. Very good. That's about worship, right? And what about, I want to go somewhere far so you don't see it. Okay. And what about any verse that talks about how to get nirvana? By the way, nirvana hint is same as moksha.
In Gita, she says, it's ignorant who is believing on that.
That's about reincarnation, yes. Ignorant is the one who believes in incarnation. No, I'm not asking that. I'm saying how do you get moksha or nirvana? How do you
Believe in one God and
believe and worship only one and only one Ishwar? That's how you get what? Bliss and moksha from one. Okay. And then anything talks about who's the creator? Creator. Who's the creator of the universe? What? Of course we know, not from the Quran. I know. Yeah, but what does it say?
Brahma?
The one who created the universe is one and only one. Again, right? So these are all aspects. Creationism, like who created it, who's sustaining it, who gives you bliss, and whose ultimate seeker, who ultimate knowledge is, again, God, right? That's what it is. Yes.
Paramatma and Brahma are same.
Actually, no and yes. Yeah, some people believe the same somehow because Brahma is actually Ibrahim alayhis salam, right? But they say Brahma is the one that created everything. That's what they believe, right? Brahma is the one who created the Paramatma, and from a Paramatma came everything. And they have it's all mythological stories, right? Like if one guy, I asked him about this, can you explain me how this whole creation thing said? And he started saying it. It was in UNESCO itself. And I told you, this is so stupid, right? He's like, I know it's totally stupid, I say that, but still listen to me. I was like, wow, really? It's okay, come on. He himself believed it. It's like totally, because he was telling me, so he told me that first it was Brahma, and Brahma, he created, from Brahma came, he said Shiva. He said Shiva was created, no, not Shiva. I forgot what he said. Brahma created one more, I forgot anyway. He said, something else he said. He created that, right? And then he said, but he was very arrogant. He was very arrogant. He said, because he gave him powers. He says, oh, I am as powerful as you. Why should I accept you? So they're both fighting, agreeing, right? And then they said, okay, let's create a light. That say, Brahma created a huge light, right? And say, if you go and find the end of it, then you win. So they said, okay, both travel in two different directions of the light. Both are traveling. He said it's an infinite light. They both go, and then there was no end to it. But he didn't know what to do, so he created two more beings. Who created Vishnu? Created two more beings, right? And then he said to them, go and tell Brahma that you found the end, otherwise I'll destroy you. So they lied. Because they lied, Shiva came into existence. You know? Because they said, why did Shiva suddenly come into existence? They said, yeah, because Shiva needs to come because somebody has to destroy things. He's evil. God is good. This is evil. So I said, okay, so Shiva was a creation. He's not God. No, he's also God. He was already there. So he was there, then how did he come into existence? He said, he was there, but not visible. I said, okay, so your God was blind, he couldn't see it. No, he could see it. So why did he not see that before? He said, no, I know it sounds stupid, but listen to me. I was at that point. So I'm telling you, that's why if you hear the stories, make them, so I ask them questions. Can you explain it to me? When they start explaining, they'll realize the fallacy of it. And if anybody is smart, they'll realize, man, this is Dawah. But that's why the best way to give Dawah is ask them, what about this, can you explain me this? They will think about that. Then tell them, what your book says, this, your book says, this, your book says, this. It's a very good, but of course, we shouldn't be saying stupid. I was saying he was my friend as far as very close to me. Yes, you were saying that.
Initially you were discussing about Hajj Aswad, but you didn't tell what to say if that topic comes up.
Oh yes, that's a very good question, mashallah. He said about Hajj Aswad. They say, oh, you Muslims also have a stone that you worship, right? It's also a stone, you worship a stone, you worship a stone, right? So the answer to that is what Umar Raziyallahu anh said about it, right? Like he said, went to the Hajj Aswad, he took kiss. He said, you're just a stone. He told the stone, you're just a stone. I would never kiss, but because Rasulullah made me kiss, so I'm kissing it, right? So our importance of that stone is not the stone. It's the aspect of Rasulullah kissed it. We're not worshipping the stone because, Ka'batullah, there's a structure that was raised to the ground and built again. You know that, right? It was done many times, right? It's not that the Ka'batullah is as is, you preserve it for worshipping the Kaaba. Nothing to do with Kaaba. Rather, the ulama say, while you're doing tawaf of the Kaaba, if you look at the Kaaba, your tawaf is invalid according to some ulama. Right? Because you're not doing tawaf of Kaaba. So you're not looking at the Kaaba. You're doing tawaf, you should focus. Your heart should be toward Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You should not be looking at the Kaaba. Don't face the Kaaba. You're doing tawaf. Right? That's ibadah. Why? Because Kaaba is, of course, Allah says that one who revere the sha'ar of Allah, the sha'ir of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, إِنَّهَا مِن تَقْوَى الْقُلُوبِ, Allah says, Surah Ma'idah. They have taqwa, they have fear. Right? So they have sha'ir of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's not that is not God. That's not God. Like when I was a kid, somebody told me, Allah lives inside the Kaaba. But he is a Muslim from India, he didn't even know, right? So that was before I knew, subhanAllah, people believe that. But yes, we don't believe there's Allah inside the Kaaba. No, just a structure. Why for uniformity is a sha'ir of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We revere it, we respect it, but we don't worship the Kaaba, we worship the Rabb of Kaaba. The Sahaba used to make qasam, right? Like he said, what did he say? That Fustu Rabbil Kaaba. That he said, I am obsessed with the Rabb of Kaaba. The Rabb of Kaaba. And Rasul also make qasam with the Rabb of Kaaba, not Kaaba itself. Because Kaaba itself is a sha'ir of Allah. That is the answer we can take. Hajr Aswad is just the sha'ir of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We don't ever worship that because the proof is, after the Rasul sallallahu 2 times, the whole Kaaba was raised to the ground and built again, ground up. Right? So because the structure is just the structure for us. Okay. Yeah, any other questions you guys have? And before, yes.
The one that I asked initially about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows what will happen until the end of time. Why is he sending crowds?
Okay, this is a question he asked. I told him I'll get back. Thanks for reminding me. So the question is that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, one of his friends asked him, like, Allah knows everything. Why did he reveal so many books and why did he keep changing it and why till the end of time, why did Allah spend one thing, right? Okay, there are 2-3 things about this. One thing I'll tell you, like, one very good example, one of the ulama he gave about this. They were like, one Jewish couple, they came and asked a question in India when I was there, one of the big scholars, mashallah. They asked this question, 3 questions. And he answered them. So for the first question was, they asked him, what is ruh? What is the soul? Second question was about this question. They asked him, like, they said, God revealed a book and it was not perfect. The Old Testament was revealed to Moses. So whatever there were shortcomings, so God gave a better book, which was to Jesus. And then again, that was not, it was good for that time. When Prophet Muhammad came, then a new book was given to him, which is a good book. They said, we agreed it's a very good book. But now, that was in the camel age, we're in the rocket age. So we should have another book now. Another prophet is another book because we are very advanced now, right? So where is the newer book that's coming? That's one question they asked. And the third question they asked was, I'm saying this because it relates to a question. Third question they asked was, you say Muhammad rahmatul alameen, right? He's a mercy for mankind. So if he's mercy for mankind, you also believe he's a khatam al-nabiyyin. And you know, coming of prophets is a mercy for humanity. So Prophet Muhammad stopped prophets from coming. So how can he be mercy when he stopped the mercy of God? You know, these are the three questions they asked. Very good logical questions. But mashallah, his answer was very good, alhamdulillah. So okay, first about the ruh, of course he said what every prophet said. Yes, he said, when a person dies, the person is nice and functioning. Suddenly he doesn't move. Do you know something is gone? He said, yeah, something is gone. He said, you say something, we call it ruh. And that is the spirit of God. Right? We cannot say anything beyond the spirit created by God. That's what it is. But for the prophethood, he said, you know, when Nabil was a kid, let's take a Nabil example, put him on the spot, right? When Nabil was a small kid, his mom gave him a dress, right? When she made give him a nice dress. It was good for him. He liked it. As a kid, as an infant, he loved it. His parents loved it. It's good, right? But then, and when he was 3 years old, then mom realized, oh no, I made a mistake. I gave him the wrong dress. Let me give him the right dress.